I know I'm late to this, but I have to chime in with my part. How has this become a thing? We are back with The Lord of the Rings is racist again. Wake up, people. This is complete rubbish. And I can't believe I have to make a video like this about Lord of the Rings. Giant eagles, cave trolls, goblins, orcs, elves, dwarves, Nazgul, humans, the Watcher, and much more. Instead of thinking, how cool is this world, someone looked at this and thought, my God, this is pure racist. So much so, people are now teaching in actual schools and universities that The Lord of the Rings is racist, like it's some covert propaganda pamphlet, and not the story of several small barefoot men failing repeatedly to get to a volcano. Imagine paying £9,000 a year in tuition to be told the orcs are problematic. Honestly, Tolkien is in Valinor right now, pipe in mouth, absolutely howling. Let's unpack how ridiculous this is. The biggest claim is that orcs are coded as black or non-Western people, which is comedy tier nonsense when you realise orcs were originally elves. Literal, corrupted, tortured, spiritually rotted elves. They're not inspired by any human culture. They're corrupted light. They're barely even physical. They change shape constantly in Tolkien's drafts, sometimes hulking beasts, sometimes goblin-like, sometimes ghostly grey. If your first thought is, ah yes, clearly an allegory for modern Africans, that says far more about you than Tolkien. Then there's the complaint that Middle-earth is too white. Tolkien, an English Catholic in 1937, wrote it as mythic ancient England. His own words, he literally set out to create a lost English mythology because he felt England lacked one. That's like complaining Greek myth is too Mediterranean. It's not political, it's geography. And yet Middle-earth still has global cultures. Haradrim, Easterlings, Southrons, Númenóreans of different bloodlines. Tolkien actually went out of his way to show complexity. This isn't Star Wars. The evil men fight for Sauron, but not all by choice. Some were manipulated, enslaved, deceived. Tolkien himself hated racism, publicly called Nazi race theory evil and scientifically stupid, and even made one of the few explicitly noble Númenóreans black-skinned. The man was more racially chill in 1937 than half the internet in 2025. But no, apparently we now need dissertations about Middle-earth colonialism, and this stuff is actually being taught to impressionable students like it's a profound truth and not a mad Reddit thread that's just out there. It just makes me feel so sad that people are being paid to peddle this narrative and try to destroy one of the greatest set of books ever made, and also the greatest trilogy ever made, in my humble opinion. Imagine looking at the films and thinking it's some sort of racial war and political nonsense. I mean, tell me what the Nazgul are then. White men that got too greedy, and what do they represent? The Balrog must be some sort of unholy race of people based on these stupid people. It's literally fantasy. It's amazing. I never once thought about race while watching these films, and anyone who does will just ruin it because you are finding something that doesn't exist. Here's the reality. Lord of the Rings isn't racist. It's just not modern. It's not written with today's politics in mind, and that's fine. Not everything has to be a commentary on Twitter discourse. People projecting contemporary ideology onto a 1930s mythic epic aren't exposing Tolkien, they're exposing themselves. At the end of the day, if you're reading The Lord of the Rings and the thing you walk away with is, this seems problematic, mate, that's not academia, that's a cry for hobbies.